Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be a dungeon guide for the Spirit Keep, so let's get into it. Alrighty, first of all, I will go ahead and pull up the Spirit Keep here. The Spirit Keep is one of the Affinity Potion dungeons, which means it's going to open twice a week, similar to Magic and Force. The Spirit's going to open on Mondays and Thursdays, and then depending on where you live in the world, that's based on UTC. So, like for me, it opens Sunday night, even though it says opens Monday because I live in America. But yeah, the Arcane Keep is open always. The Void Keep is only on Sundays, which is what makes Void different than the other affinities. But yeah, the Spirit Keep is where you're going to get your Spirit Potions to ascend your Spirit Heroes. And then there's also about it seems like a 1 in 300 chance for an Ancient Shard to drop. It's very low, whatever the drop rate is. So yeah, I've actually not seen Mystery Shards drop as often as I would think, but they do happen. And then obviously the XP brews, we all love when that happens. So yeah, as you move down the board here, it gets more and more likely that you will get potions of the tougher rarity to acquire. So first off, I'll go ahead and fire up the last level here, and first off, I'll just kind of start and show the battle, and I'll kind of talk about the boss mechanics and kind of how to gear for it, and then I'll go over my team, and then we'll do one more run. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward like the other dungeons in the fact that it's going to be 2 waves of just trash mobs. And then you will go into the third and final stage of it, which is the boss fight. And this is stage 15. So, okay, here we go. And now we are up against the boss. It is important to get the minions down as fast as possible and play at a level where you're able to get those down. Because if you can't get those minions down, it's going to make the fight kind of snowball out of control. We can see that minion places a decreased accuracy debuff, so it's going to be tougher to apply debuffs to the boss. And if I pause this here, I'll go over the abilities quick. We can see here that she places a block debuffs buff on herself, which makes it really hard for you to remove that and place something on her. Now, that does have a huge cooldown. That is this ability right here, Cleansing Spring. So you do have a window after that 2 wears off to really get your debuffs in and burst her down. But she has also a healing mechanic. So here we have passive, that heals a champion 50% of their max HP at the start of each turn. And I believe in the lower levels, it's 20 or 25%. But up towards the top, toughest levels, it goes to 50. So she has a huge heal. Then this ability that I was talking about here, remove all debuffs from this champion and place a block debuffs buff for 2 turns. And then this melt is kind of her main AoE damage dealer to you, and damage is going to increase according to this champion's current HP. So pretty straightforward. Once you kind of take your time and go over it, you're gonna need to burst her down and prevent her from healing herself. Champions that remove buffs can be good, or champions like steal buffs or whatever to get this off of her so that you can burst her down before those 2 turns wear off. But yeah, and I'll get more into like my champion composition here after this and really show the heroes that I'm using. And we can see here that now she is starting to be debuffed, and boom, there is a heal reduction debuff. So this level should go pretty smoothly once you get a healing debuff, as long as you're not in way over your head, like farming at a level that you just absolutely cannot clear. Once you get a heal reduction debuff on her, she should be pretty straightforward because she can't get all that HP back. So there you have it. That was stage 15. And there is the good old XP brew. Seems to happen so much when I'm making a video. I believe in my last dungeon guide, it was an XP brew. So yeah, let's go to stage selection. And I'll show you my team here. And kind of how to, properly design a team against her. So Obviously, the main things you're going to want to bring are going to be steal buffs, heal reduction, and admittedly, I haven't tested this yet, but it seems like it could work, is abilities that reduce enemy max HP. So, you know, the more you attack her and the more, you know, turns you get against her, you're slowly reducing her max HP, which means she's slowly going to do less damage because her melt ability, her main damage dealer, does more damage based on the amount of HP she has. So reducing enemy max HP means that she can't heal up to that same amount and she can't do as much damage. So theoretically, that is a kind of a slower sustain type strategy that could work, but I haven't gone that route or tested it because just kind of playing the game, it seems like the more optimal choice there is to go with a champion that can place a heal reduction debuff and then just burst her down. Because if you also play the burst strategy, you're going to be able to get through those waves faster and you're going to be able to grind the dungeon in a quicker time. So you're not doing like 6 or 7 minute runs ideally. So yeah, I bring Lord Champ for it because, and by the way, she is always Spirit Affinity. So you're going to want to bring champions that are magic or spirit or void. You're going to want to avoid those force champions if possible. So Lord Champfort bringing a ton of sustain and being a counter affinity seemed like a good choice. Kale is my best damage dealer, so, and he's a counter affinity, so I bring him. Bellower brings a couple good support debuffs like lower defense and lower speed. So, you know, he helps me kind of burst her down in that window of opportunity I have. Apothecary is obviously just an amazing all-around support, helping me get turns faster and then get those heals in when they're needed. Luria is going to be my champion that I bring for placing the heal reduction debuff. And if you don't have a champion that places heal reduction debuff, excuse me, there is actually a really cool, in the campaign, in stage 5 here, you can farm Rocktooth. This is a farmable champion in the campaign, and then he has this ability here, attack one enemy, place a heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. You can ascend that to be a 100% heal reduction. As long as he has good accuracy, he will place that, and you can lower that to a 3-turn cooldown. So, and he is counter affinity, so he's magic versus spirit. Rocktooth is an amazing champion against the spirit boss, so if you're looking for something to help you out in that dungeon, go ahead and farm up a Rocktooth. Alrighty, and let's go ahead and do another fight. Now that we kind of understand the mechanics, and I'll let you kind of, this time I won't pause or anything, I'll just kind of do the run and let it happen, and you can see what farming the last stage, you know, kind of looks like in the end game if you just play it on auto and let it go. Looks like Spirit Host, Crimson Helm. I didn't see what the other one was. Got him bursted down. If you can get to the boss in under 30 seconds, you're doing good. Okay, so there she places her block debuffs buff. She's very tough to kill, but we see that I just stole that. And then I placed a decreased speed and a block buffs debuff. Then we lower the defense, so it's good to bring champions that kind of complement each other, ones that apply different buffs. So now we just need to get Luria to apply our heal reduction. That would have been money. So Luria's A1, I'll go over her quickly after this, but it's kind of got 3 different things that it can apply. So there's a little bit of RNG in how long the run is going to take. Because now she's going to heal up a bunch because I didn't apply the reduced healing debuff. And she didn't do it there either. So probably won't be able to kill her on this turn. Oh, there it goes. Okay. She did get it in, and she did place the right debuff, so that was money. And that means that the boss is now dead. Alrighty. And that's all she wrote. pretty straightforward once you kind of understand and bring the right champions that have the right mechanics for it. You know, I will show Luria, since she's the one that is the kind of the crucial piece in making it work. And like I said, if, you know, don't feel bad if you don't have an epic or a legendary that applies reduced healing. You can farm yourself up a Rocktooth and he'll do basically just as good. But yeah, this is the ability that I'm banking on, is her, you know, 50% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense or heal reduction or decreased speed. So you kind of have to get lucky and hope that she places the heal reduction, but once she does, I can burst her down no problem. So yeah, that's mostly it. If you have any questions, drop it down in the comments and I'll do my best to help you out. I'm also streaming now pretty consistently, so come hang out if you have questions and I can help you out there as well. So as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.